narrate one of the beautiful incident happened in my life. Me feeding Ganesha with 4 tattvas. I'll give you from my own experience. At the age of 3, I think my 3rd birthday, this is the turning point in my life. 3rd birthday, when my father and grandfather, both of them were carrying me to the temple. In villages, they will carry the kid on the shoulder or on the chest. Usually my grandfather will carry me to temple. That day, because my birthday, my father also came. When I say grandfather, my mother's father. My father's father passed away before even my father's marriage. Of course, in India you get kids usually after marriage. So I wanted to clarify. Usually it will be. So, even though my grandfather is a great devoted person, he's a miser, he won't spend money. So many times when my grandfather carries me to the temple, I will show the shops outside temple where they sell small Ganeshas, small deities. I will show my hand and ask, I want Ganesha, I want Ganesha. But my grandfather will never buy and give. That day my father was also there. My father is not a great devotee kind of a person, but a spendthrift. And the moment I asked, he said, come on, I will buy and give you. He bought it. He will spend left and right. And lot of spending for pride. See how I treat people, how I keep people. That pride spending, lot of pride spending. So he bought it and gave me the Ganesha. I literally started living with that Ganesha. That means morning when I wake up, I'll wake him up. And then when I brush the teeth, I'll brush his teeth also. You can see the deity is still there. His whole tusk, everything is gone. Because I had a small brush. In those days, if you buy the Colgate paste, they will give you a free toothbrush along with that paste. And if it is a child toothbrush, they will give 2. It will be only this size, 2 brush. So when you get 2 brush, 1 for me and 1 for Ganesha. And kar. I also used to think it's a big task, so I have to clean. When I brush the teeth, I'll brush his teeth also. When I wash myself, I'll wash him. When I take bath, I'll give him bath. After that, when I put on the clothes, I'll put him clothes. When I sit and eat, I'll also feed him. Means giving Nivedya. No school those days, so there's no routine. But I'll go around and play with him, with that Ganesha. I'll make a small chariot for him and put him and drive him around, and then I'll do some Abhishekam, I'll do some Alankaram. Whole day I'll be playing with him. You can see the deity. Whole day I'll be literally playing with him. He became part of me. Please understand. He is no more a stone for me. He is a life for me. If your child is playing with Barbie doll, then you will understand what I am saying. For a child, that Barbie doll is a member of the family. She is not toy or doll away from her life, just alive, family member. Same way, this Ganesha was part of me, continuously taking care, feeling. This Ganesha has become my cognition, part of my cognition. Please understand. He has become part of my cognition. One day I went to the temple. In the temple, usually there will be a lot of people coming and giving some discourses. The Arunachaleshwara temple is such a beautiful place. In 365 days of a year, almost 300 days there will be some festival or other. Deity will be going around in the procession. Some lecture will be going on. Some old man will come and sit. And he will go on be talking something, and sometime I have seen the speakers will even sleep halfway during the speech. They will be speaking and doze off, and they will wake up and continue the story. Even if the speaker sleeps, then understand the listeners. But like this, something will be going on. That's one great thing. One of my grandfathers, my father's side, one of my grandfathers, last 72 years, I think now he is 90, last 72 years, without missing even one Kritika Nakshatra, every month he is conducting a public function without missing 1 week, even 1 month. Now he has become very old. See, the whole thing is small budget, maximum expense is 10,000. But he has 1,000 people to give 10 rupee for him. He will go around shop to shop, shop to shop. Nobody will give more than 10 rupee, even if you ask. So, shop to shop, he will go and collect 10,000 rupee per month and spend over. But I just can't understand the inspiration. See, it is not that all the time the atmosphere will be smooth for the function. And sometimes there will be no audience, but he will force the speaker to speak. His inspiration, just to respect his inspiration. Few years before I told him that don't go and collect money anymore, because he's 90-year-old man, still going shop to shop, 1,000 shop he has to go to collect 10,000 rupee. I said, don't go, we will fund you. So from last few years, from Dhyanapeetham we are funding. Still he is continuing to organize the programs. Even though he doesn't need to now collect money, organizing is not a joke. He will organize a stage, mic set, speaker, bit notice. He will go and stand in front of the temple during the crowd and distribute. Amazing organizing. Means dedication to the concept. So, like this one function, I went and sat. The speaker was speaking. The speaker was giving a story of a great South Indian saint, Nambiyandar Nambi. So this saint, this Nambiyandar Nambi also has this type of stories. This type of story in his life. His father was a priest of a temple, and one day he was sick, he could not go, so the Nambiyandar Nambi went with the food and he begged Ganesha. That was a Ganesha temple, and because of his authenticity and integrity, Ganesha himself appeared and ate the food. When I heard the story, just that whole story became part of my inner space, part of my bioenergy. Something in my bioenergy got kindled. Anyhow, something happened in my inner space because of that story. I still remember the speaker's name, Selva Ganapati. He was the speaker. He's a famous preacher, religious speaker in Tamil Nadu. Even now he is alive. He was the guy who was speaking in the temple. And after this story, I ran to the house, decided I'll make my Ganesha eat. Bioenergy of Meenakshi, see. It has to be done, means done. The go-getter attitude is, that energy is from Meenakshi. Being in the space of unclutched is from Arunagiri Yogeshwara in Samadhi. The go-getter attitude is from Meenakshi. I ran to the house to feed Ganesha. Listen. Anyhow, because I was in integrity, the words just filled my inner space. I decided I'll make my Ganesha eat. Not just for the fun of it. I felt if he is not eating, he must have been very hungry all these days, and he must be really lean, thin. The young age you learn from the parents, if you don't eat, you will die. And what all I learned 3-4 things. If you don't eat, you will die. And if you don't eat, ghosts will come and take you away. And if you don't eat, crow will come and drop on your head. Crow will put its drops on your head. This all I learned from the young age, the parents have said. And of course, if you don't eat, you will die. So I thought, my Ganesha, then maybe ghost is possessing him and he is sick. That is why he doesn't walk on his own. I have to pull him. So I ran and told Ganesha, don't worry, from today I'll give you food, you should eat. You should properly eat. Because he's more like a friend for me. I started talking, you should properly eat and you should be healthy. And I also thought, he's a child Ganesha, he has to eat and become like a Ganesha in the temple, that big Ganesha. Because you are not eating only, you are not growing. That was my argument with him. See, in the temple, Ganeshas are all big, 5 feet, 6 feet. Especially in Arunachalaswara temple, tall, 8 feet Ganesha is there. His name is Sambandha Ganapati. So I used to tell, you should become like that Ganesha. Only if you eat properly, you will become like that Ganesha. Because family people will tell, only if you eat, you will become big like us. So I also thought, if this Ganesha eats, only then he will become big like that big Ganesha. the temple. I told him, don't worry, you eat and become big, I'll build a temple like that for you. I think my commitment, that is why now I am building big, big temples. Installing big, big Ganeshas. My word to Ganesha, I am fulfilling, honoring. So, anyhow, he was not listening, means he was not eating. Maybe he heard, he did not respond. So again and again, next 2-3 days I was sitting and convincing him why he should eat. Maybe that was the time that matter is melting to the consciousness, means the word is moving the world. By again and again declaring to Ganesha, talking to Ganesha is a declaration, understand? It's a declaration. Me saying that eat, you should eat. Again and again, when I was declaring, I think Ganesha was also giving listening, understand? When your declarations are too strong, even if there is a stone in front of you, it will listen. So few days it was going on. One day I decided to take a next jump towards authenticity. Understand, whenever you move from integrity to the authenticity next level, it will not be always completely authentically authentic. Your efforts may be inauthentic. Then you will move to authenticity. So when I decided I have to make him eat, first thing I planned is, my grandmother will always tell, if you don't eat, I will put you in the well. In my house, the center of the house, the big well was there, village type well. My grandmother used to threaten, if you don't eat, I will put you in the well. I decided to do the same thing for Ganesha also. I told the Ganesha, now if you don't eat, I will put you in the well. This type of well. Whatever you hear from the elders, the situation, that will only be your way of cognition. So I told the Ganesha, eat or I'll throw you in the well. Of course he was not eating. I did not have the heart to throw him completely into the well, so I just want to threaten him. So I picked up the bucket with which they fetch the water, and I put the Ganesha into the bucket and lowered the rope. So with a small rope, I lowered. Just in 10 feet the water was there. It was a village well, and the water level, groundwater level was very high, especially Arunachala with the 367 tanks all around the hill. The high groundwater level was very high, just 10 feet. So when the bucket touched the water, then I was shouting, hey, eat now, at least change your mind now and eat. I'll lift you out, otherwise I'll put you in the well. Suddenly I realized I have not put the food in the bucket. If he changes the mind now, how will he will eat? Because I have seen my uncles and all, they will carry the kid and show, I'll throw you now. Then they will cry, no, I'll listen to whatever you say. So I thought maybe now Ganesha will change his mind, then how he will eat. So I got the bucket again up and put the food also. Then lowered. He did not eat. Then I had the doubt, I think he doesn't like my mother's cooking. Then I dropped the plan that day, feeding him, took him out and left it with my small temple I had. Went to the temple, main temple, brought the food from the temple, and I said, see, this is your diet, what you eat in the temple. Please understand, I was continuously thinking, in the temples, deities eat the food. I never thought they will show the food and bring it away. Listen. I brought from the temple and told Ganesha, see now, I brought from the temple your diet, eat. But he was not ready to eat even the temple food. Even the temple food he was not ready to eat. So I went on trying again with the food, temple food in the bucket and putting the deity, I lowered. See, when you start living authenticity, it will always be inauthentic because you will be growing to the next level of authenticity. When I decided to make him eat, my efforts were inauthentic. But only from there you will move to authenticity. But I was trying to torture him, threaten him. Anyhow, I did not have the heart to put him in the well, so I brought him out and kept it. Suddenly it clicked. I can say, even with inauthenticity, if you take the responsibility and enriching, I tell you, the world, the cosmos will appear as a guru and give you the shift towards authenticity. The cosmos gave me the click. See, that saint, Nambiyandar Nambi, sacrificed himself to make Ganesha eat. But in my case, I am torturing Ganesha. This is the inauthenticity. I have to take the responsibility. I cannot be constantly putting the blame on others. Understand, as long as you think others are the source, never the problem will be solved. I realized I am the source. I am responsible. I should sacrifice. I should take the responsibility and I should enrich. Understand, the biggest transformation can happen to any human being is realizing I am the source. Just you understanding I am the source and taking responsibility transforms your inauthenticity to authenticity. All your inauthenticities will be transformed. All your inauthenticities will be transformed when you realize you are responsible for everything and you are the source. This has happened in me. When I decided I am responsible, I have decided till Ganesha eats, I will not eat. This is the most authentic decision I made. I'll stretch myself. I sat so strongly. The willpower, the authenticity. I don't even want to say the willpower, authenticity. Meenakshi's gift, you see. With her authenticity, she was able to just Straight go to Kailash and finish off even Nandi. I have decided I will not eat till Ganesha eats. I will get the food from the house, put it for Ganesha. Next meal I will bring, because this meal has become old, I will throw this and again put that new food for Ganesha. We will be sitting. 1 day over, 2 day over, 3rd day evening. But the power of authenticity, I did not even have the doubt or the thought or the desire or the temptation. It's okay, I'll eat. No. No, it's okay. Sitting with authenticity. Today, I'll give you the exact process of completion by continuing my childhood story. I was sitting and waiting for Ganesha to eat me without eating. Did not eat for 2.5 days. 3rd day evening, I don't know whether it is, you can call it as a miracle or the power of authenticity. That time I understood as a miracle. Now I will call that as a power of authenticity. When you are authentic and ready to stretch beyond your perceived capabilities by your mind, listen. The perceived capabilities of your mind, what your mind feels as your capability, if you can stretch beyond that, the power of authenticity moves the world. The world listens to you. 3rd day evening, I could see very clearly. My mind has raised to the level of Bhava Samadhi. Means the zone where the solid is not solid, liquid is not liquid. Where that gap between the solid and liquid is just overlapping on each other. It is like when the ice and water meets and melts, that zone. Neither the formlessness nor the physical form. I know I am not able to express, I am just managing. You can say the doorstep. Neither you are in nor you are out. Same way, nor in the space of a complete formlessness or in the space of name and form, where the solid is becoming liquid, where the form is becoming formless. That zone, that is what I call Bhava Samadhi. My inner space got pushed into that Bhava Samadhi space. I could see Ganesha eating. When my space got settled, when I opened my eyes, I tell you, I had the prasada. I can declare clearly, I have that tremendous trust. And I could see now the authenticity has flowered into responsibility and decision to enrich. with the power of integrity, I decided to feed Ganesha. With the power of authenticity, I took the responsibility of making him eat. After the experience, the joy of enriching means to share with world. Has started happening in my system. People can have their own doubts. Who knows whether Ganesha ate or Ganesha's vehicle, mouse ate, whether the rat ate. If Ganesha eats, he will give the prasada of tremendous trust, love, devotion. I had the prasada, so I can be very sure Ganesha ate.